Hey everyone, and welcome to A Bark Above Spark Group. And this is something new for me to do a video, so bear with me. I'm sorry. Not very comfortable, but it's great to step out of our boxes and do something different. I am your certified trick dog instructor with Do More With Your Dog. I also am a canine conditioning fit coach, so if any of you are looking to go that track, I can help you with that as well. And I'm also a stunt dog judge. That is an awful lot of fun. Some people are a little worried about it. I was when I did my first ring virtual trial, and I was scared spitless, and it was awesome, and it was easy, and we did great. And in any of these things, especially for the virtual things, if you want me to look at practice videos ahead of time, I can tell you how you're doing. But at any rate, I just kind of wanted to introduce myself. I've been working with animals all my life. I was a horse trainer and trained people on horses for 35 years. In my real life, I'm a ADHD life coach. I work with people with ADHD to thrive with their lives. And I'm also a wildlife photographer specializing in birds. And as most people with ADHD, yes, I have it too, we like to do so many things. And dog training kind of it fills my happy bucket, and I love it, and I love helping people. So it was a perfect combination for me to do something like this, to bring people into a great community of other people that love dogs, love training, and just want to learn and have a lot of fun. And this has been a great thing to do during the lockdown, because we're stuck, can't take our dogs with us anywhere. Things are opening up a bit, which is awesome, but we're still trying to be careful. So all these things that we can do with Do More With Your Dog can be done in your home. And if there's any modifications that need to be made, I can certainly help with that. But I really wanted to just kind of give you a tutorial on where to find the things. So I am going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you guys some things here. So I want you guys to see what we have here. I'll move my little face out of the way. This is our Facebook page, the A Bark Above Spark team. I'm going to get this down. Sorry, I talk fast. Anyway. And I wanted to show you where you can find things, because there's a lot of information in here, and I am working really hard to try to get it very easy and user-friendly. But I'm going to tag this to the top so people can kind of watch it and figure out where things are. So if you're looking for some demonstration videos, there's a couple things you can do. You can look over here and go to some of your shortcuts that shows you for trick descriptions and trick demonstrations, like expert trick tutorials. Let's just do that. It's going to immediately take you over to some expert trick tutorials. And I have filmed some, and some of them I've swiped from the AKC YouTube channel, or I've taken them from the Do More With Your Dog channel, just because I really wanted to get things up quick. And I may be redoing some of these along the way and giving you some tips and tricks that I've learned with Percy as I've taught these tricks, but that can take you into it. The other way is if you go over here, there's a little section to the left where it says units. If you click on units, there's going to be several units. The first unit is novice trick dog, and then you can open up all 13 of those posts, and it has some of the most common tricks in there. And so you can go and say, I want to teach my dog how to roll carpet out with a nose. How do I do that? So you can open up that particular file, and it gives you, I want to show us pause up, it actually opens up everything. So you wouldn't want to scroll down, and it wants me to make a post. I want to do that. So you can scroll down. The one that's showing right now is fetching and bringing it near me. They're not in any particular order because we put them up. I've been putting them up as they come, but here's the rolling out with a nose. So it shows the video, how to train it, and you know, you have the option if you want to. If you've done this trick, you can just upload it in a comment here, and I'll just keep track of the tricks that you're teaching your dog as they come in. And I'll show you a little bit later how I'm doing that. But there's some tutorials that I have done, and tutorials that I've put up that other people have done, just to kind of get everybody started. Another question that comes up a lot is, what's the trick criteria? And it's evolving, I'll tell you, it's evolving. We're in the process at Do More With Your Dog at reclassifying some tricks and adding some tricks. And so we have several lists kind of going, and I want to show you where you might find several different ways to look at these lists. I have in the files section here, you will see a lot of resources. And so like I have the stunt dog rule book here. If you're interested in stunt dog, you just open that right up on your computer, and you can read about the rules, and it shows you everything, how easy it is here. It shows you exactly how trying to get the right page. Like here's the different levels and the different difficulties. It's a really good book to look through if you're interested in stunt dog. But also over here is a trick criteria guide. This is in different formats, and this trick criteria guide, I want to let you know, that is an evolving document, and you'll find that if you download an earlier one, there might not be tricks on it that are now. So it's an evolving process to go through that, and so you can open that up and say, I want to look at all the trick criterias. You can download it, you can open it up, you can save it. In this case, it's going to open in a Word document. My Word is in the background, and it will show you all the levels of tricks and a description on how those tricks should look. So that is one way that you can get the tricks. I'm going to get back over here and back on this site. And also you'll notice that if you were to look at the criteria, there's down here is the title applications here. So I'm just going to open up the intermediate and advanced one. You'll notice here that these are the printed versions that you can get. You can download this, keep it, and you'll notice that they have all the tricks listed here, and there may be some tricks that are here that aren't on the other list. And until these have been updated, we will accept anything on these lists here as they are printed here. But what's nice about that master list is it shows you the criteria, it explains the criteria. Now, another way to get some really good information on what the tricks should look like is that there are 2 master classes that are free, actually several free classes that you can sign up for at Do More With Your Dog. And it is a little bit confusing to get in and out of that, so I wanted to show you how that works. So if you go to the Do More With Your Dog website, you can look under Masterclass, and you can pick this trick description class that said it's free. So you sign up for it, you'll get a dashboard like I have. I have all sorts of classes in here because I've taken a lot of the training classes that they have that aren't free, that I've paid for, but this is a free one. And if all else fails, default to what's in this class, because this is probably the most up-to-date version of what tricks are out there, and there's things being added to it daily. And so if you get into this class, you'll open it up, and it may look kind of confusing for you. So when you open the class, you'll see submit your application or wherever, or start it. But the trick is these little 3 bars up here. If you push on those, you can see that they have all the tricks, and kind of scroll down. They have all the tricks at every level. So if you're working at intermediate level, you can open that up, and now all the tricks are there. And you can say, all right, I want to train how to do barrel racing. So you can click on that, and it will show you a description of the trick as well as a demonstration video. So if you're not sure what the trick is supposed to look like, this is an awesome place to look, because it will show you exactly what they expect, because this is produced by Do More With Your Dog. And you have the option, if you want to submit your tricks here. But if you submit the tricks in our group, our Facebook group, it's awesome. Everybody gets to see it, and I get to look at it. It's fun. I get to view that for you, and then what happens is when I tell you you're ready to go to submit, you submit that to Do More With Your Dog, and then they will contact me to verify that yes, you did perform those tricks, and they are passing, and you are eligible for that particular title. And so that's why when you do apply for your trick title online, to put my name, Leslie Morris, as CTDI, because then they will call me or email me to verify that those tricks are appropriate. So the best way I have found to move around in this particular masterclass is I just go immediately, if I have a question, to this drop down and to see what's there. Now you'll notice that some of these things are brand new. And you can tell which ones are brand new because they might look a little different. Like this one here is new, hula hoop spin. I haven't seen that one before, and I'm trying to teach my dog this. This is awesome. So you click on the video, and it shows you what that trick is supposed to look like. We'll see. I think that's awesome. I can get my dog to hold on it. Isn't that adorable? I'm going to teach that one. That's fun. So that's a great resource for you as well. There's also other classes in there that are free. So if you're looking at doing the canine conditioning, that is also in here as well. And one of the things I want to say about canine conditioning is people are often kind of afraid to go there because they don't have the equipment. It doesn't matter. You can make equipment out of anything. And again, it's this little box up here because it's like, oh, submit a video. What video? We don't want to submit videos here. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. You do it in the Facebook group and I'll take care of that viewing for you. You don't have to wait for anybody in the office to do that. And again, this has each thing you need to do for each level. Some people talk to me about a rainbow ladder. Let me look at this rainbow ladder here. This shows, you know, using the rainbow ladder. You do not have to have a rainbow ladder. In fact, if you want to make your own, you can. You can use a regular ladder. You can use pool noodles. You can use sticks glued together, as long as it, you know, approximates a ladder and it doesn't have to be high like this. You know, try to put a papillon through this. That's not going to work. You see how this one is built right here. You can flip it over. So there's a couple of height different things. And there's all sorts of movements and tricks that can be done with the rainbow ladder. So if you want to make your own, Google it. If you want to purchase one that's cool, I have one. I had to purchase it. I said, that's too cool. I want colors. So I do have one. So, but make your own, doesn't matter. There's all sorts of substitutions that you can use too. When you look at, let me see, where's the substitution? Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I don't see the substitutions in here. Yeah, acceptable substitutions, here it is. So when you're trying to figure out what's suitable for your dog, you can look through and see that we do allow substitutions, and you can kind of scan through this and it shows you what needs to be done and what can be substituted. There's also a printed list, which is also in the files section of the page. So this is an excellent resource. So if you haven't already gotten in it, get your free master classes. You can use it to refer to. So I'm going to get out of that. Next on my calendar. So we are back in the file section, and we already talked about the units. You can go through the units if you'd like, and I'm going to continue to upload to the units as I film new tricks or new tricks come available. And the files section will also continue to have a lot of this information in it. So you can find the information in multiple ways, which is awesome. And some people are submitting me tricks via a private message. That's awesome. It's okay if you want to do that. I'm okay with that. If you have tricks that you want to share with the group, it's really good to encourage the group too, to let them know that what you're doing, and help people by seeing what you're doing. Feel free to put it in a public post. Just post one trick at a time. You know, if you're working on something, say, hey, look, I'm getting there. Or if you need a suggestion on something, a trick you're having difficulty with, post where you're at, and we can provide suggestions. There are other people in this group besides me who are experienced dog trainers who can help you out as well. It's a great community to be able to do that. Now, I talked earlier that I do keep track, and I'm going to show you a form here. That is, I'm tracking a team here, so I'm looking at Becky, Gibson, and Duke. I put down here what tricks they have submitted, and of course I don't spell very well, so let's try that. Pat Bell. And the point value for it, because as you know, or may not know, that when you're working in the novice and intermediate level, any advanced or expert trick that you can do counts for 2 points. So you can see here that Becky at novice had bow for 2 points. At intermediate, she had bow for 2 points. And then at advanced, she got bow for a single point, because when she gets to advanced and expert, the value is just a single point. But as you can see also, is that 15 points are required to earn a novice title, 12 points are required to earn an intermediate title, and 5 points for an advanced, and 5 points for expert. Depending on what you submit in a video, it's not unusual to see a video that will have enough points in it for more than one title. It just depends on what tricks you use. I have found with Percy, like this tap bell trick, when she was 4 months old, all she wanted to do was make that bell sound. And so I had to hide that bell, because if she saw the bell, she would jump up on the counter and want to ring it. And so why not train that at 4 months if that's something that's easy for your dog? And so some of these things I found at the higher level was actually easier than some of the things at the lower levels. And when you looked at that trick list that I showed you before, and so anyway, as you see, I'm keeping track here. I keep track of the day I qualify your video. And then when Do More With Your Dog contacts me to verify it, I put down the date that they verified, that they contacted me to verify, because then I know you are now officially titled because you have submitted to them to get that title and I have verified it. So I keep a tracker like this for every team that's in the group that has submitted their first video. I start one of these trackers. Or if they're submitting 1 or 2 videos along the way, I just start a tracker and start keeping track for them. And you can, you know, copy something like this, put something together like this. But there's so many tricks. I think, let me show you this. I have a book because I like to be visual. So I put together a book where I printed out that trick list and I put little tabs so I know where the intermediate one is and then where the advanced and so on. And then I also have in the back where I keep the old trick lists because you can still use those tricks if they're not in either of them. Also, as certified trick dog instructors, we do have the ability to look at a trick that may not be on the list, but if it's equivalent in difficulty and it's a great trick, we have the ability to award you points for that too. That's left up to the discretion of the certified trick dog instructor. And that does happen. I've had a few of those come through that I looked at and said, you know what, that is really similar to this. I think it's the same, that is the same. And if I have a question about the point value of a trick, we have a instructor group and we're all sharing with each other different kinds of tricks that we're assigning points to. So we really have a great group of people that work together to help you guys along at a higher level. And we just bring it down into the Spark groups where we're just having a lot of fun. And so that is how I keep track. And there are so many tricks. I think there's like, you know, 64 novice tricks to choose from, over 50 intermediate tricks, over 50 advanced tricks, over 40 expert tricks. So there's so many tricks to choose from that I think it's really easy for everybody to find the trick that works for their dog. You know, a Papillon is going to be able to do a trick that a Great Dane isn't going to be able to do, but it's just because of their size, and vice versa. They're not built their way. We may have elderly dogs in the group that might need some modifications. So we're not going to leave anybody out. If a dog is physically unable to do a trick because of the way it's built, but it can perform something very similar or do it with a little modification, we're certainly going to put that in there. And that is how to get around this group. And if anybody has any suggestions on how we might make this group more user-friendly, I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, teach those tricks. Have a lot of fun bonding with your dogs. This is just a great way to have fun and build a relationship between you and your dog. So thank you for being part of this team. The team is growing very fast. So please be looking for things that are updated and things that are a little more clear as we go through this process. And I'm so happy to have you here, and let's go out and let's train and let's have a lot of fun with our dogs. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.